Beautiful day, Patriots. How are you? My name is Gregory Allen Hamilton, and I talk to Q, and Q talks back. And Q is going to be the Great Deception. And what will be the Great Deception? Well, in the Bible it says that the Great Deception will be strong enough to even deceive God's elect. And God's elect are people that have been born again and have found Jesus Christ in their heart and have repented of their sins and have received the Holy Ghost into their heart. My name's Gregory Allen Hamilton. I can remember the exact day and hour or moment of day that it happened. And you ask anybody that believes or has been given the gift of the Holy Ghost and have asked for forgiveness of their sins, they remember that moment because it's very difficult to do for the first time. Okay? And the Great Deception in the Bible talks about how it will deceive even his elect, his children. And so if we look at the world, the people that will always be deceived will always be deceived. The Great Deception is not going to be revolved to deceive the people that are already deceived. Correct? The Great Deception is to deceive God's chosen ones, the ones that believe in Jesus Christ. Correct? Because what good is it to deceive someone that's already deceived? Right? So, Q is part of this Great Deception. Q has taken a lot of people and got a lot of Christians to be lukewarm Christians. And Q has got a bunch of people following a bunch of boot-wearing, anonymous people. And that's not me or anybody that follows Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ does not leave deceptions. It doesn't leave that kind of, you got to figure things out. We're coming up on an era right now. Okay, so I want to talk about this. The Q movement, who's Q plus? And didn't Q plus authorize the vaccine? And doesn't all Q plus do is point fingers and keep blaming the other administrations? Just like the game plan of politics forever. And just yesterday, General Flynn, who goes to the Q rallies and speaks at Q rallies, political Q rallies, just yesterday said for America to go forward, not the world, but America, for America to go forward. These aren't my words. These are his words that I saw on a video. Was it doctored? Was it manipulated? I don't know. It was a video of him speaking publicly to the people, with people on stage behind him, him saying that for America to go forward, America has to accept a one world religion. Not for the world to go forward, not for the earth to go forward, but for America to go forward, America must follow a one world religion. That is not America. America was based on and founded on Judeo-Christian values, off the Holy Bible, the King James Version. Q has been coming in here and has made people all kinds of funky donkey ways, expecting and want Gesera, the aliens, everything but Jesus Christ to come down and save them. And now the great deception, General Flynn has just publicly stated yesterday, for America to go forward, we must have a one world religion. We can see all over and around the world that the Agenda 21 is in play and is happening. We know that there's other countries, not just America, that don't have the police force anymore. They don't have the hospitals anymore. They don't have the food in their stores anymore. They don't have any kind of organization now. Mob rules. People, I don't even have to get into that. If you can't see that happening all around the world, most Americans can't, because they still follow anonymous people, follow kitty cat videos, and are still spending their last dimes and their last moments in time trying to enjoy themselves and keep that ostrich alive, keeping the head buried in the sand. My name's Gregory Allen Hamilton, and I'm so grateful that I went and felt for this deception of the Q movement so that I can be here at this moment in time, because the people are going to need to know where Jesus Christ is at. People are not going to want to believe their politicians. And if they don't want to believe their politicians, do you think they're going to want to believe some anonymous source on Twitter? Especially when the people that are claiming to be a part of the Q movement are saying they want a one world religion. I can't think of anyone in America that said this publicly yet. I know that our leaders and our presidents have said a one world order. And I know that that's what they're going with, is a one world order. And in part of the agenda of the one world order is a one religion. But I can't publicly think of anyone that's ever said this yet publicly in America, as a conservative, let's say, because the left doesn't even want religion. They wouldn't even say have a one religion. They say no religion. So I can't think of anybody. Like I say, I might be wrong. Maybe you guys will be able to put comments and say how many other people that, if you know, our public. Now, I know our politicians are saying this slyly and under the cuff. But oh my goodness, General Flynn, who publicly followed me on Twitter when I was showing how Q works, and this is why I'm here. That's why I'm so grateful that I went through all that stuff with the Q, and how much time I spent on that, and how much documentation I've got on it, and to prove how and show how the AI works, and that there is a language there happening. But it's not there for our agenda, us human beings, us Christ followers. It's not there for our agenda. There's going to be very few people in the world, in the whole world, that we're going to be able to stand up and say what's going on. Nobody understands the Q drops better than me, Gregory Allen Hamilton. You're going to want to follow a bunch of anonymous people that are still trying to tell you to follow a government when they don't even have police forces and hospitals. Schools are taking you. Anyways, I mean, if you're still, I'm preaching to the choir. I understand right now at this moment. There's nothing I can say that's going to convince somebody, because my stuff doesn't even get retweeted out. Nobody wants to share this kind of information. They still want to put this kind of information in the corner. For 2 years, they've been putting the stuff of the Q community has snuffed and hid this information. Everybody that watches this stuff hides the information because they want Q and man to be so important, and they don't want to take responsibility for their own actions of their past. We all make mistakes. We will make mistakes in the future. To understand that is how you learn. I pray for your souls, my friend, and that you don't follow for the great deception, the rapture, the false deception.